Hello and welcome to the FIVB Beach Volleyball World Tour. And for the first time in beach history, Las Vegas hosts this Olympic qualifying four-star event for the 2018 and 2019 season. Las Vegas in all of its vibrant glory. The Las Vegas Open is part of the All-American P1440 series, created by Kerry Walsh-Jennings. And the three-time Olympic and world champion has devised a unique series, combining health, fitness, well-being, and a festival experience integrated into a $300,000 World Tour event on the famous 4-mile Vegas Strip. And to wrap up proceedings on center court here today, women's semi-final number 2. Again, it's Canada versus Brazil, with Heather Bansley and Wilkinson up against Salgado Solberg and Ann Tonelli, in what promises to be yet another thriller. But the Canadians start as favourite in the head-to-head matchups in previous seasons and events gone by. The Canadians have a 3-0 victory schedule over the Brazilians. Let's take a close look at all of the four players out on court. Two very experienced teams for both North America and South America. Our two referees from Puerto Rico and the United States of America. Referee number 1 from Peru, my apologies, is Lemuel Torres Rivera, and Brigham Beatty is our second referee from the USA.
And our second referee from the USA is Mr. Brigham Beatty.
Now let's take a close look at the four players in action. Canada up first.
Brazil wearing green, wearing a uniform at top number 1.
My apologies, Brazil up first.
And her partner wearing a uniform top number 2. Welcome to the house, Carol.
Now Carolina Solberg wearing at number 1, and Antonelli wearing 2. Heather Bansley wearing 1 for Canada in the blue shirt, easily recognizable by her white visor. Brandy Wilkinson wearing 2 for Canada. 31 years of age and 26 years of age. Heather Bansley used to play with Sarah Pavan, 5th in the 2016 Summer Olympic Games. But after a slight fallout, both have taken new partners and both enjoying great success. Canada has a very strong women's team contingent, not at this tournament, but on the FIVB World Tour. So Brazil have won the toss, putting Canada in to serve first. Heather Bansley will get the action underway. Canada have won semi-final number 1. Who will join them in the gold medal match? It could be an all-Canadian affair, or will the South Americans finally get the better of the Canadians and book themselves a spot in the gold medal match to be contested here at the Las Vegas Open on center court tomorrow? Good little tip ball over the top of the block from Heather Bansley. Puts the first point on the board for Canada.
1-0.
31 years of age from Toronto, Heather Bansley. Very experienced player in a 93rd FIVB World Tour tournament. Bansley serves. Serves to Antonelli, who's now on the attack for Brazil. Over the top of the block. That was a deep shot, but Bansley decided to go for it anyway. Salgado sets her partner, Antonelli. Little kiss off the net, but Wilkinson does well to control the ball. Wilkinson looks to finish. Lovely shot off the outside of the hand. A deceptive attacking play. Canada go 2-0. Bansley to serve. Again, going to Antonelli, but beaten by the net. 2.42 meters, the 2.24 meters, I should say, the net height. With, of course, a 24 by 35 meter court, or 840 meters squared. Wilkinson. Good cover from Bansley. Really hustling well here, Canada. That's too deep, though. Just got a little underneath the shot, didn't she? Out of balance. Battling bravely, Canada. But first point on the board for the South Americans. So Maria Antonelli, 34-year-old from Rio de Janeiro, puts her first service out of play. Jump float way too long.
3-2 Canada. Brandy Wilkinson back to serve.
Brandy Wilkinson takes her first serve of this second semi. 26 years of age, originally born in Switzerland, but now residing in Toronto, Canada. Solberg on the attack. Smashes the ball at the block. Carolina Solberg. Her brother Pedro Solberg also playing on the men's FIVB World Tour. Here she is with service. First competition for the Brazilians since taking 4th position at the FIVB World Tour Finals in Hamburg, Germany back in August. The 3 times that these two teams have met, the Brazilians have never come out on top. So this could be not just an important start to their 2019 season, and as we said at the beginning of this broadcast, Olympic qualifying points also at stake here. Oh, there's a lovely ace serve. Very deceptive from Carolina Solberg. Right down the middle of the two Canadian players. Made it look like she was going to serve it cross court to Wilkinson. It's a good break for Brazil. Oh, and another service ace. 2 back-to-back aces. Take Brazil 3 points clear. This is a magical start to this semi-final match for Carolina Solberg. First one down the middle, second one right on the corner of the Canadian court. That's perfection. And Solberg, well, if she's not successful with the service ace, she's successful with the block. Canada, understandably, call a timeout. They've seen enough of that type of play from Brazil, hoping to try and break their rhythm. Solberg to the right of your screen. Quick switch to the Canadian team. That's Brandy Wilkinson wearing 2 on the blue shirt. And, of course, the blocker with Bansley playing in the defense. Both players from Canada started off playing well, but a point run from Carolina Solberg gives Brazil a 4-point advantage over the Canadians. Now, Canada's objective here is to side out. Oh, that's too deep. Thought was there. Nice rainbow shot from Brandy Wilkinson, but hits it a little too hard. She's got a lot of time here. She'll be a little disappointed with this. And perhaps most importantly, defies the object of the timeout. Solberg again targeting Brandy Wilkinson with a service. Solberg, oh, drops off the net, makes the right move, but Wilkinson read it perfectly, drops it really short. It's good play from Canada. And an important side out with Heather Bansley to serve. Antonelli once again on the receive of the Canadian service. Good block at the net from Wilkinson. Good play from the Brazilians. Starting to take control in the first half of this opening set. Canada, with Melissa Humana-Paredes and Sarah Pavan, won the first semi-final. A lot of people predicting an all-Canadian final here in Vegas. Not the way the Brazilians are playing right now. Well, Carolina Solberg almost dug it out of the net. Antonelli lays it out to try and keep the ball up. 14 points total on the board. Quick side switch. Sun starts to set now. Not a great deal of advantage from either end of the court, but that's the rule book, and that's why it's there. Just in case wind or sun makes one side of the court more favorable than the other. Brandy Wilkinson, the big jump float serve. Back set from Solberg. Antonelli cuts the ball with precision. And wonderful pace on the ball as well to go with that cut shot. There's the back set. Again, see how the shoulders are facing straight at Heather Bansley with the white visor. She thinks it's coming at her, cuts the ball. There's no answer from the Canadian defense.
Slapping it down with a lefty.
Important side out for the Canadians. This time they have the back set. And Wilkinson just gets enough pace on the ball to stop Antonelli digging it out of the sand. Bansley with service for Canada. Again serving to Antonelli. Solberg with that bump set. And Antonelli hits that one too hard. That's the first mistake we've seen from the Brazilian #2 in this semi-match. And it's a very valuable point back on the board for Canada. Bansley with the jump float to Antonelli. Now on the attack for Brazil. Great blocking at the net from Brandy Wilkinson. Getting back into this match here. It's another good service from Bansley. Clearly targeting Antonelli. Oh, and the flag stayed down. The point is good. And Heather Bansley, Brandy Wilkinson, hustling their way back into the opening half of this set. And that's an interesting call of a timeout from Brazil. We're only a few points away from the technical timeout when there's a total of 21 points on the board. But clearly, Solberg here with a lot of communication to her partner. Wants to stop Canada getting there back into this match. Don't forget, they were 5 points clear at one time in the first half. And Wilkinson on the right of your screens. There's Heather Bansley with the white visor to the left, wearing #1. A battle bravely to stay in this first set. 30 seconds the time of the timeout called. Both teams have used their timeouts now, which will make for an interesting second half of this opening set. Canada 9, Brazil 10. First set of semi-final number 2. Brazil in the bright green vests, Canada in the blue. Wilkerson is ready at the net. Heather Bansley with the serve. Antonelli with the serve received. Now on the attack for Brazil, over the top of the block. Good shot. Brazil maintain their 2-point break at 11 points to 9.
11 serving a 9.
All 4 players on court, seasoned pros, but if you look at the number of tournaments that the Brazilian players have taken part in their careers today, Antonelli in her 145th FIVB tournament, her partner Solberg. And Pedro and Carolina Solberg in her 164th. 21 points on the board. Tech timeout. It's very close, but the advantage by 1 point is with the Brazilians at Solberg and Antonelli. But I think you'll agree that Bansley and Wilkerson in slow motion here at one point look like they're in all kinds of trouble, have dug deep to get back into the first half of this opening set and make it anybody's for the taking.
We've got a pop quiz. Rob, you're going to fire off some volleyball questions.
All right, here's question number 1. What city or state was volleyball founded? Is it 1, Santa Monica, California, or 2, Holyoke, Massachusetts?
Kelly says number 1. Any guesses?
Number 2.
All right.
Well, our highlights there of the first half of the opening set show those 2 sensational service aces and then a block. And that's the kind of form that Brazil will be looking to refine in the second half of this opening set. They break again. Solberg, Antonelli go to 12 points to 10. 2 of the most experienced players in the tournament here. Solberg with the service. Serving Wilkerson this time, who attacks for Canada. Over the top of the block. It's a good shot.
Wilkerson, a little soft roll shot. 11 looking at 12.
Heather Bansley serves for Canada. Service error gives an easy point to Brazil. And that 2-point advantage takes them to 13 to 11. Antonelli serves down the line to Heather Bansley. Bansley now on the attack for Canada. A little tip shot over the top, but it's good cover by Antonelli. But neither of the Brazilian players getting enough height in the ball to keep the play up. It's a big point for Canada. And here's a chance to tie the scores. Brandy Wilkerson with the service. Just 26 years of age. Canada sticking to their original plan of targeting Antonelli with all of their serves. It's a good set here for Heather Bansley. But Solberg is there at the net.
14 served at 12.
Now let's see if Solberg can find that magic ace. She's already got 2 down on the stat sheet. Good quick play from Brandy Wilkerson.
13-7 to 14. Heather Bansley back to serve for Canada.
Here's Heather Bansley. Let's not forget on the overall head-to-head stats, Brazil have never beaten this Canadian partnership. But that could all change here in Las Vegas tonight. Maria Antonelli. She's fully aware that she has been the main target of all of the Canadian serves. They're trying to keep her out of the match. Keep Solberg out of the match, that is. Brazil maintain the break at 15-13. That was, well, a very brave call. Just the wrong side of the line.
Looking at 15, Wilkerson back to serve.
That was a very timed shot from Heather Bansley. Really placing the ball rather than attacking. Solberg was expecting much more of a power play, and Canada get back into it again, tying the scores at 15-all. Wilkerson with that unique service style of hers, but it's effective. It's effective because Canada take the lead back. And there's a little bit of a disagreement here.
No touch.
Look at her reaction.
I know that all the language is no touch. Let's play.
16 serve.
So referee Torres having none of the Brazilian complaint. They're claiming there's a touch at the net here. Let's look carefully. Do we see a touch there? And what a great job by the referee. To be fair, he's in the right seat, isn't he?
Never happened.
But I'm looking at the net. I see no movement of the net from at all. Canada take the point, and Canada take the lead at 16-15 in this opening set. Again, Antonelli is the target of the Canadian service. Great cut shot there from the Brazilian. And that's what you've got to admire about the Brazilian play. Within a matter of moments of having a full-on argument with the referee, they've forgotten about it, they focus on the next play and put the point on the board. And that's how the experience can help so many of these teams on the World Tour. Antonelli with the perfect set for her partner Solberg, who puts that ball right down the line. Tensions building from both these teams. They're trading side outs. The advantage back with Brazil at 17-16. This first set could go either way. It's a lovely shot, isn't it, from Carolina Solberg. And here is Solberg with service. This time targeting Bansley. Over on two works for Brandy Wilkerson. Didn't really have a lot of choice, did she? It's a bit of a fumble on the serve receive from the Canadian #1. But Wilkerson gets her partner out of trouble and puts a point on the board for Canada. Bansley this time changes the plan, serves it up to Solberg. Oh, and it works beautifully because Wilkerson has it covered up the net. Beautiful block from the Canadian defender. Look at this block at the net here. The set's just a little off. It's not perfect. And that allows Brandy Wilkerson to really take out the gap. Shut down the angles. There. No fault of Solberg, just not the dream set pass she was hoping for. Oh, two on the trot.
Back-to-back blocks, point Canada, now up 19-17.
Well, that looked for a split second that ball was going out of play, and it was set point for Canada, but the ball was good. Great shot from Carolina Solberg. Canada just need to side out here for set point. Antonelli serves. Heather Bansley with the serve received now on the attack. Antonelli thought she had the cover, but it is set point to Canada.
So we got set point Canada, serving to 18.
And those two spectacular blocks from Brandy Wilkerson have given the youngest player on court all the confidence to try and wrap this up. Solberg on the attack. She's put it out of play. 21 to 18. The first set goes to Canada. Very close between both of these teams in the early exchanges all the way down to the end of the first set, but those two blocks from Wilkerson and then a good service to finish give Canada this first set. A little bit of thinking to do here for Brazil. They know that they've already been beaten 3-0 in previous matches by these Canadians, and they'll need to change something in their plan, as they have to win the second set to stay in the match. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from this opening set. So Brandy Wilkerson and Heather Bansley can't really relax, but they will certainly be feeling a lot more confident than they were just 4 or 5 minutes ago, when the Brazilians, Carolina Salgado Solberg and Maria Ticon Antonelli, look to be in control. Bansley looks to pick it up where she left off with service for Canada. Serves deep to Solberg. That seems to be a change of tactic for the Canadians. But Solberg attacks. I'm not so sure that's the best way to play. Who am I to say? But Canada certainly having more of the play when they go to Antonelli, the number 2 from Brazil, with their service, rather than Salgado Solberg, their number 1. Wilkerson is the target of the Brazilian service, who now attacks. Again, a lovely roll shot off the outside of the hand. That's her favorite shot. Ties the scores. Brazil must win this second set to take the match to a third set tiebreak. Canada would love to wrap this up in 2. Solberg on the attack again. Oh, Brandy's there again, isn't she? Wilkerson. Block number 3. Oh, that was the best one of the 3, wasn't it, so far? Absolute spot on with the timing. Waiting, waiting, waiting. Up she goes. Arms at full stretch. Deflects that ball down to the sand. Canada take the lead in set 2. That's a superb vertical leap to shut down all of the light and take the score. Look of confidence on Wilkerson's face. Well, Solberg goes over the top, but Bansley has it covered. Solberg this time shows that she can block as well. It's almost an identical story, isn't it, in the second set as it was in the first. Trading side out, point for point. But the pressure is on Brazil here, not so much Canada. Here's Wilkerson on the attack. That's a great shot again. High line roll shot from Wilkerson. She's playing with confidence. The least experienced, youngest player on the court right now, has the most magical stats against her name. Flags stay down. Well, I'm sure the gambling men here in Vegas would have put a chip or two down on that one to say it was out. But it clips the line, and as long as the ball touches any part of that blue line, the referee will call it in. Lovely back set from Wilkerson. Bansley, oh, she gets under it and puts that long. 7 points total on the scoreboard means a quick side switch, but the advantage is back with Brazil at 4-3. Maria Antonelli with service. It's a good set for Heather Bansley to strike. Oh, that's 2 shots in succession, where she's just left the strike a little bit too late. Well, you can see the frustration on the look of the Bansley's face for yourselves. And that gives a break to the Brazilians, now at 5-3. It's a good serve receive from Bansley. Well, she goes for the pokey this time to play it safe. Good cover again from Bansley, who now attacks for Canada. The pokey works the second time. That's a little more like it from Heather Bansley. Well, both these teams getting right down to the business end in the last major on the FIVB tour. It was the World Tour Finals in Hamburg, Germany, back in August. And the Brazilians were 4th, the Canadians were 5th in that last tournament of the 2018 season. Here we are off with the 2019 season here in Las Vegas, and both teams confirming the form book from the Tour Finals, making the Final Four. But of course, the winner of this semi goes forward to the gold medal match, where there's a $20,000 prize purse for the first placed team, or the gold medal winning team, which is a big prize purse for a 4-star event. Oh, there it is again at the net. Brandy takes her block stat to 4. And it's amazing, isn't it? Wilkerson, with a successful block, her whole game is lifted. And in reverse, you see that Carolina Salgado-Solberg just getting a little frustrated. Great shot of Antonelli there. But here's Brandy Wilkerson with the service. Big, powerful left hand. It's a unique style that she has there.
Net violation called against Canada for points.
Well, the net violation against Canada. A little bit of clash of both the players as well. Point goes to Brazil. Scores are all tied at 6-all, but Brazil have to win the second set to stay in the match. Let's watch this one carefully on the replay. Yeah, there's Brandy touching the top of the tape. And also a little bit of a clash of both the athletes there. But this time it was clear that Wilkerson just clipped the net with her forearms. Salgado. And over on 2 is a successful play for Canada. Brandy Wilkerson can do no wrong at the moment. Really enjoying this semi-final match. Just a little bit of a concern from Antonelli to her partner, Carolina Salgado-Solberg there. And that clash under the net. Wilkerson just catching that one on her fingertips, putting the ball out of play. 7-7. Just watching carefully See, the Brazilian number 2 has picked up an injury, but she seems to be fine after that clash with Wilkinson under the net. Scores tied at 7-all in the second set, with Canada winning the first 21-18. Maria Antonelli for Brazil with serve. Goes to Bansley. Bansley now on the attack for Canada. Cross court. Is that a little too long, or is the flag stay down? And it was a little too long. Big jump float serve, this time targeting Brandy Wilkinson. Well read. Good communication between the Canadians there. I'm not sure whether you could hear Heather Bansley going line, 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 seeing that Antonelli had moved to the other side of the court. And intuitively, Wilkinson picking up the instruction from her partner and placing the ball exactly where she was told. Oh, unlucky there, Wilkinson. That would have been block number 5, but it was just a little too long. Advantage back to Brazil, trading side outs here. Each team is Carolina Salgado Solberg. Solberg, as we've got her named on our graphic there. Heather Bansley having a little chat there with Brig Beattie, the second referee.
Nine serve to 8, Brazil serve to Canada.
Solberg with service for Brazil. Cross court to Bansley. Wilkinson with the set. Oh, and that's good play from Canada. You see the blocker dropping off the net. Solberg will be a little frustrated and disappointed that she didn't pick that up, because she'd pulled off the net to get herself into the right position, but just couldn't keep her balance and eye on the ball. We're all tied again at 9 points all. Good play from Canada. Service ace. Heather Bansley to serve again for the North Americans. Oh, it's another ace.
Service ace or point, Canada.
Great play, and that's the break that Canada wanted.
As they trail here, set number 2.
Now again, timeout called by Brazil. There's a technical timeout coming at 21 points. So why would you call a technical timeout just for 1 point? Maybe they believe that Bansley was capable of putting in another service ace. But we'll take a 30-second break because Brazil called a timeout. Each team is allowed to call 1 timeout per set. It's a 30-second break. But the rule book also says at the halfway point of each set, we take a technical timeout. That's an interesting one for me. But of course, if the scores end up at 10-11, then it's worthwhile. So there was 1 more point to be scored, either 10-11 or 12-9, and then we'll take another 30-second break. These ladies know a lot more about beach volleyball than I do. Let's see how this plays out. Here's Heather Bansley with the service. Hey, it works. Concentration has gone. It's 10-11 or 11-10. Canada have the 1 point advantage, but they go back for the technical timeout and another 30-second break. And is that what they were planning? Let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first part of the second set.
They've got to run to the beautiful ladies there, throw on a pair of rowing shorts, and strike their best yoga pose. Here we go. On your mark, get set, and go. Jacob on the left, Richard on the right. Jacob from Phoenix, rocking a pink tank. I don't know, he's ahead of you, Richard. Wow, nice job, Jacob. Give it up for these guys.
Well, there's no question the Canadian ladies are playing well. They've won the first set, 21-18. Canada have 4 blocks and 2 aces with Wilkerson and Bansley, 3 blocks to Brazil. So the stats clearly show it's a very tight game. But as we go into the second part of set 2, this is where the pressure now is on Brazil to take control, to stay in the match. Brazil must win the second set to take it to a third set tiebreak. Canada will be eager to close this one out as the sun sets and the floodlights light the court. Now, here we go with Maria Antonelli with service. Jump float to Bansley. Temptation to leave it, but she went for it the last minute. Solberg sets up Antonelli. Block at the net from Brandy Wilkinson. Block number 5. And this blocking stat will be one of the key characteristics to the Canadian success. If they can hold on to this 2-point advantage. Canada leave 12-9. Here's Wilkerson with that left-hand serve. That's a beautiful shot. Floated rainbow shot right to the corner of the Canadian court. Carol Solberg with service. Wilkerson goes over on 2. And it's a play that's now worked for her on more than a couple of occasions. That 2-point break is back with Canada at 13-11. We could be looking at an all-Canadian final here on center court at the Las Vegas Open here tomorrow. Part of the P1440 American Series. Service is too deep from Bansley. Easy point given away. Maria Antonelli continues to target Bansley, but she too with the service error. 14-12. You start to wonder. They've never beaten Heather Bansley and Wilkerson. They've actually lost to them 3 times. Is that playing in the back of the Brazilian ladies' minds? Here's Brandy Wilkerson, who can do no wrong in this match. Serves Antonelli. Here she is on the attack. Perfectly placed right down the middle of the Canadian court and the 2 Canadian players. Carolina Salgado Solberg serves. Heather Bansley just gets the hands to it in time. She's a little out of position. Another shot that she put out. We saw her make 2 or 3 errors like that in the first set. This is not the time to let them get back into your game in the second. Scores are all tied at 14 points all. That's another lovely touch on the ball. Just a lovely little roll shot. But again, it's another demonstration that the Canadian blocker's not all about power play. She's got some lovely touch and finesse to so many of her shots close up. Bansley with the service. Antonelli target once again. Antonelli with a spectacular shot. Right over the top of both the players and drops like a stone at the back of the Canadian court. Sensational rainbow or jumbo shot. Because it's shaped like a jumbo shrimp, I think that's why they call it the jumbo shot. but nonetheless effective for Antonelli, and here she is with service for Brazil. Scores tied. Great cover from Antonelli for Brazil. Oh, all that work, all that hustle, and she puts it into the net. Oh. Well, doesn't the picture on her face tell the story of the frustration? She cannot believe she made that error. Canada are back in the lead. Brandy Wilkerson to serve. Little kiss off the tape of the net, but there is no let call in beach volleyball. Cover from Bansley, who now looks to finish. Oh, that's on the line. And again, Brandy Wilkerson takes Canada 2 clear. For me, there is no question she's the player of this match. And that is right on the line. Referee checks with his linesman for a second opinion. It's good. Break is back with Canada. They're 2 clear. This time she targets Solberg, who gets a lovely cut and angle on the ball. I'm not sure why Wilkerson decided to change up the serve there, other than it was a change. They've had so much more success when they've served Antonelli rather than Solberg on your screen here. And here is Carolina Salgado Solberg with the service for Brazil. Deep into the Canadian court. Good play from Antonelli. Well, and that's what Brazil need to do now, is draw on their experience. By far the most number of games, victories, podiums, and years on their side. And they need to use that to their advantage now and take this to a 3rd set tiebreak. First to 21, but you must be 2 points clear. Oh, it's not the best of sets. Well, Canada were lucky to get away with that. And that's too deep. Well, the Brazilians start to find a calm and timing with their game. It all looks a little rushed and panicked from Canada now. And it looks like Canada, I would say very wisely, have called a timeout here. They've saved it in case they needed it towards the end of this 2nd set, having won that 1st set at 21-18. So, can they turn this around and wrap it up in 2 sets, or will it have to go to 3? It was on the 20th of May in Itapema in Brazil, in the bronze medal match, that it went 3 sets and the Canadians came out on top. The last 2 times they've met, Canada have won 2 sets to 0. If you're a gambling man right now, you'd go with the Brazilians to take this to a 3rd set tiebreak. Brazil with serve. Bansley has been the main target of all of their service. Bansley puts it away, right on the line, justifying the call for the timeout. And the scores are tied at 18 all. Well, that was such a good tactical play from Canada. Realizing that they just needed to take a breath, think it through a little. And the result? Well, the scores are all tied. Oh! It sat on top of the net. But it falls the wrong side. Advantage is back with Brazil. Antonelli serving for the South Americans. Wilkinson thought about going on two, but changes her mind. Bansley over the top. Over on two, works for Wilkinson. Well, it's one of her favorite shots. That's clearly been displayed. But at such a crucial part of the second set, it pays dividends and the scores are tied at 19 all. Wilkinson needs a big serve here. Serves it to Solberg. Oh, beautiful. Class shot from the Brazilian. Set point for Brazil here. And we're heading to a tie-break. That pokey shot over the top of both of the Canadian players, right to the far corner of the court. Now, can Brazil wrap this up? Carolina Salgado Solberg serves Bansley. Bansley on the attack. Oh, great play from Heather Bansley with all the pressure of the set point on her shoulders. The response from both the Canadian players, absolutely professional. We're tied at 20 points all. Remember, you must win by 2 clear points. It will not go to 21, it's 20-20, it will be 22-20 at least. Antonelli's shot looks long. Well, one of the linesman's flags went up, the other one went down. Referee gave it very quickly to the South Americans. Sadly, there is no challenge allowed in the FIVB World Tour 4-star events. Let's take a look again. Well, we can't see it from that camera angle, thanks to that linesman's flag stays down, and he's the closest. We should go with that one. Set point again for Brazil. A little bit of joust at the net. Oh, and again, Antonelli puts it into the net. Their second set point opportunity disappears. Scores are all tied at 21 all. Another chance for Canada to take the match 2-0. Another chance for Brazil to take it to a third set tiebreak. Both teams have used their timeouts. This could be a long night. Brandy Wilkinson with service for Canada. Jump float, sends it to Salgado. Over the top again, that shot has been perfect every time from Carolina Solberg. Set point 3 for Brazil. Success here takes this match to a third set tiebreak. Bansley's a little off balance on the serve receive. Canada are in trouble. Oh, but Heather Bansley. Well, it started off as a nightmare serve receive. Brandy Wilkinson just sets the ball up. What an escape. We're all tied at 22 all. Can Canada continue to turn this around? Here's Heather with service. Jump float to Solberg. They had so much more success when they targeted their service to Antonelli. Targeting their service to Solberg, I'm not so sure is the best tactic. Is it worth mixing it up, or are they going to run out of time? Because it's the fourth set point now for Brazil. Maria Antonelli serves Heather Bansley, who again struggles with her serve receive. Here's Antonelli on the attack. And the ball is good. The point is good. And it is set point 24-22. We're going to a third set tiebreak in this women's second semi-final. Referee moves quickly for another toss of the coin. Now the third set is a slightly different ruling. It's to 15 points rather than 21. We switch sides at every 5 points. There is no technical timeout, but each team still can call a timeout of their own. It's often referred to as a sprint set. Here's the point that gave Brazil the second set. I'm not sure that the Canadian tactic of targeting Salgado Solberg with the serve is the most effective. Most of their points have come after serving to Antonelli. But with two of the most experienced players, not only in the tournament here in Nevada, but on the FIVB World Tour, it's difficult to get your tactics right. There's the confirmation. Set 1, 21-18 to Canada. Set 2, 24-22 to Brazil. North America or South America? Time to put your bets down here in Vegas. As Antonelli chooses to serve for Brazil. Early points are absolutely vital when you're only heading to 15. Randy Wilkerson goes over on 2 and is successful again. First point on the board for Canada. Oh, it's the perfect start, isn't it? 2-0 to Canada. And this is the early momentum that we were talking about in this sprint set. Bansley serves into the net. Easy point for Brazil. Bansley needs to hold her focus and nerve here. Salgado Solberg, or Carol as she's often referred to, serves Heather Bansley. Now she attacks for Canada. Drops off the net brilliantly. Solberg to keep that ball up. Good dig. And oh, Wilkinson nearly had that one away. Antonelli has put that too deep. Antonelli. Referee's having none of it. Antonelli, well, you can hear the screams as I can. I can see the mark. I can see the mark. Change again. She receives a yellow card from the referee. But referee Namuel Torres of Puerto Rico is not having any. To be fair, a decision very similar went against Canada in the second set. For me, the ball doesn't look to touch any part of the Canadian baseline. Antonelli's absolutely certain it did. Randy Wilkinson gives the service away. Nerves are starting to fray here. 5 points Antonelli still going at the referee. No, this time it's Solberg, my apologies. Both of the Brazilians still unhappy about that decision on the line call. They need to refocus now. Here's Maria Antonelli with service. Float serve to Bansley. Bansley now attacks for Canada. Little touch of the net, but Brazil in control. Over the top of the block. Bansley's shot on two is covered. Oh, Wilkerson gets it this time. Wilkerson's play on two, I should have said. Wilkerson gets it away. The break is back with the Canadians at 4-2. Antonelli still looks annoyed about that line call decision. That was 2 points ago. She needs to move on. Heather Bansley serve. Her partner Wilkinson at the net. That's a good shot from Antonelli. They've played so many games together and on tour, this Brazilian duo, that it's very little phases them. Oh, great shots from Canada. They take the break back. For Maria Antonelli of Brazil, this is her 58th FIVB World Tour Final Four, 31st for her partner. They're huge stats against both the Brazilian names. What I'm trying to get at is if they've been in this position many times before, Canada need to keep their focus, just play the game that brought them the first set. Wilkerson here. They thought he was going out, didn't they? Antonelli went for it at the last minute, takes the ace. Well, my Portuguese isn't brilliant, but Lina means line, I'm sure, because that was the perfect placement of the ball and shot from Maria Antonelli. 10 points total on the scoreboard, another side switch, just to make sure there's no advantage on the light or shadow. As this final match of the day here on center court at the Las Vegas Open, part of the P1440 tour. Well left by Heather Bansley. 3 points clear at 7-4. Good cover from Bansley after the net joust. Oh, but Brandy Wilkerson just sends that free ball into the sky and it's out of bounds. Brazil with service at 5-7. It's important that Canada just maintains its side-out game here. Lovely deep float serve. Here's Heather Bansley. She's hit that too hard. 4 or 5 times that's been a shot that's let Bansley down after such a brilliant defensive game in the back of the court. Solberg serves. Lovely work. Remember, Solberg served, then ran right up to the net to cover the block. And it's her third block. Excellent play. She's so pleased to have got that block away. Here she is with service once again. Well, Brandy Wilkinson's over on 2 play has been so successful. It's been a key part of the Canadian game. Taking the ball into the Brazilian half on the second contact rather than third. Takes the advantage back to 8-7. Good cover from Bansley, over on 2, not successful this time. And that's the perfect set for Maria Antonelli to put that one away, 8-8. It's going to come down to a test of nerve, isn't it? 15 points is the score we're heading to, but you have to be too clear. Exactly the same format as the 21 points first and second set. Antonelli serving Bansley. Here's the set for Bansley to attack. Much better shot from Heather Bansley. Snaps that arm. Cross court to get as much power and as speed on the ball. Puts Canada back in front, 9-8. Deep float serve. It's a perfect serve from Bansley. That ball is out of play from Brazil. The break is back with Canada at 10-8. That's the 2-point clear that they need now to carry through with a strong side-out game. Good short serve this time from Bansley. And that's way too deep. This time Maria Antonelli just gets out of position, gets caught under the ball. Sends it way too high and long. Now the heat's on Brazil. With Canada 3 clear, marching forward to 15. Antonelli again on the attack. Over the off the fingertips of Brandy Wilkinson. Not quite got the timing on the block that she was hoping for. Another side switch with a total of 20 points on the board. Both teams still has a timeout to call. A break in play for up to 30 seconds. It's been kept in reserve for both the South and North Americans. South America and Brazil to serve. Cross court again to Bansley. They've not changed their tactic at all, Brazil. Bansley puts one away. Well, just as you're starting to think that Heather Bansley may be the weak link in the Canadian team, she proves you wrong. 2 great attacking shots. Beautiful arm swing. Brazil cannot find the answer. Back to that 3-point advantage. Wilkinson to serve. Oh, Antonelli has to be at full stretch to keep that one up. And Antonelli puts it out. 13 points to 9. Oh, and Antonelli's furious with herself. That could be the point that tips this match Canada's way. Antonelli with the strike. It's covered by Heather Bansley. Nice set from Wilkinson. Bansley again attacks. Brazil with Solberg. Oh, what a jumbo shot. What a rainbow play. Over the top of the block. Bansley was scampering, almost got there. Great hustle from both teams on both sides of the net. The point goes to Brazil, but they're still trailing Canada by 3. Maria Antonelli with service for Brazil. Solberg up to the net. We need some big serves from Brazil to stay in this match. Bansley has it covered. There's the set. And that is right on the line. Perfect shot. Heather Bansley's pulling it out when it's most needed. Canada have match point. Cross court to Solberg. Solberg puts that ball out of play. We wait for the referees. Point goes to Brazil. There's a touch on the ball. 11-14. Match point number 2 for Canada. They have another 3, to be fair. Let's see if Canada can close it out off the service from Carolina Solberg. Here she goes. Solberg with service. Canada just need to side out here. There's a serve received from Heather Bansley. Bansley now on the attack. The block is there, and the block is out of play. Canada have won. 15 points to 11. It was a good block from the Brazilian, but she just pushed the ball out of bounds. 15 points to 11. Canada beat Brazil for the 4th time in their careers, for the first time this season. And what that means is an all-Canada final for the gold medal match here tomorrow. Brandy Wilkinson, delighted. Heather Bansley, wow, what a roller coaster ride it was for her. And the Brazilian still not happy with the referee. I'm not sure whether it's about that point or the previous point. But quite a sensational match point. And let's get a closer look and see how this very long and grueling second semi-final was settled. And it's gone the North Americans' way. It has gone to Canada, 2-1, 21-18, then losing the second 24-22, coming back to win the tiebreak at 15-11. Let's go down to our courtside reporter, St. John Smith, who's with the victorious Canadian team. St. John, it's down to you.
Well, I know you guys are very happy to win that game, and now you're in the finals, but the Brazilians are always tough. What made the difference for this match for you guys?
I think cleaning up our side out, and then at the end we had some tough serving, which put them in trouble, and that's really been our strength all week, and I think that helped us again tonight.
So Olympic qualification, it's a very important tournament, but you're playing against Canada in the final. What's going to happen? What do you foresee?
Well, I think first of all, we're very proud that we have 2 Canadian teams in the final. We want our nation to do best, and we're happy that we have the top teams. I think it'll be great. It'll be a good battle. We respect them, and we are pretty confident in our game, so I think everyone should come and watch.
So good luck. Congratulations.
So what a fascinating second semi-final. Let's have a look at some of the highlights of this match that was a success for Canada. 2016 Summer Olympic Games. Little kiss off the net. But Wilkinson does well to control the ball. Wilkinson looks to finish. Lovely. Open, and centre court will be lit up in 24 hours' time when it'll be an all-Canadian women's gold medal match. And on the men's side of the competition, well, Norway will go up against Poland. That's all we've got time for. From Nick Fellows, many thanks for your company. It's goodbye for now.